Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Coming up in about 10 minutes, we'll get you on the phones for Clash with Kenzie. We have Dave Matthews Band tickets all week long in Clash with Kenzie. You beat Kenzie, get the tickets. And, if Kenzie wins, we give them away anyway because we can't let her keep these tickets. Come on.
Ever.
That'd be ridiculous. Let's get to sports.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
So the White Sox went for the first series sweep of the season. They didn't get it, but let's highlight Tim Elko on Saturday, who had the go-ahead home run to win that game.
Tim Elko puts a charge into this one. Back it goes in center. It is gone! Tim Elko. When he tags it, it goes a long way. His fourth home run of the season.
And he had a chance to be the hero yesterday at the bases loaded that were down, and he could have won the game, but he didn't. But that's okay. Am I getting too excited about Tim Elko to say it's time to buy a Tim Elko jersey?
Well, let's settle down. They're not even your team. I'm
I
going
understand.
to do you a favor
Why
and keep
would you buy that jersey?
Keep the 130 in your pocket on that one.
I'm speaking on the White Sox fans if you're looking for someone.
Well, why don't you keep the White Sox fans out of your mouth? You don't need to speak on them.
I was just there in the ballpark, and they greeted me with open arms on Thursday.
With arms wide open. I will say this. The last 7 days of White Sox baseball is the best White Sox baseball I've seen in years. They split against the Tigers, 4-game series, best team in baseball. They won 2. They won 2 out of 3 against Kansas City, and Tim Elko, even though he struck out to end the game yesterday, put up a phenomenal at-bat. Elko is playing great. They called up Kyle Teal, the new catcher. I'm incredibly bullish on him. I haven't said this in years and years and years. Feels good to be a White Sox fan right now.
That's all I'm saying. If you want someone to follow, you might want to drop the 130 at Lids or Rallies or wherever, Rally House, wherever you got to get it.
Rallies is the burger place.
Get a burger at Rallies, then go to Rally House and get the jersey.
What jersey would you get? The white pinstripe, the gray, the black, or the City Connect that looks like the Bulls jersey?
If I was a White Sox fan, let's get the City Connect out of your mouth. Let's get that one out of there. I would get the black pinstripe. If it was my first White Sox jersey, I'd get a Tim Elko black pinstripe White Sox jersey.
Baby's first White Sox jersey?
That's what I would do. Now, Pepe the Penguin threw out the first pitch in Sunday's game. Kenzie, did you see the audio or the video of Pepe?
I did not. Who is Pepe the Penguin?
He's at Brookfield Zoo. And, again, a little bit of a fake news headline. He didn't throw the first pitch out, but he did waddle to the mound.
Hey.
And then the president of Brookfield Zoo threw out the first pitch. It was cute as hell.
I feel like that's what would happen to me. I could waddle my fat ass out to the mound, but I wouldn't be able to throw that pitch.
But you hand the ball to Brian instead.
If the White Sox will let us throw out the first pitch, please, White Sox people, if you're listening, someone in management, please. We'll do that. Also, stay in the animal kingdom. Sunday was Southpaw's 21st birthday.
That's right. Hit the rap horns for Southpaw.
One of the most beloved mascots in Major League Baseball. It was on Coca-Cola Family Sunday, and they had all kinds of kids' activities with that, and the kids ran the bases and all that kind of stuff. And Southpaw made his debut in 2004, has been a fixture of White Sox games for more than 2 decades, 21 Southpaw.
So you not only had Southpaw celebrating his birthday, you had Tommy Hawk there, you had Benny the Bull there, you had the Tigers mascot, you had all these mascots there celebrating with Southpaw, well-deserved. And that's not even mentioning, we talked about the great win on Saturday, we talked about Southpaw's birthday yesterday, we talked about the Penguin yesterday. Friday night was Mexican Heritage Night, sold out, not a single ticket available. It looked like Lollapalooza was happening at Guaranteed Rates parking lot. It was incredible.
Good run here for the White Sox.
I love it.
And the White Sox will be at the Astros tomorrow night. Now, after the Tigers left the South Side last week and the Cubs met them in Detroit, could have won that series yesterday. Before we get there, how about Seiya Suzuki's second home run Saturday? Sounded like this.
High fly ball, left field, way back, out of here. Seiya Suzuki, second of the day. And the Cubs have opened up a 6-1 lead. A no-doubter from Seiya.
A no-doubter. And that's how that game finished. But yesterday, they got blanked 4-0. They could have won the series yesterday in that rubber match. But the real story yesterday is about Nico Horner, who was up at the plate. This is the top of the 5th. Cubs down 2, man on second. So Nico Horner could have been a hero here and tied the game with a home run. He watched a 2-strike fastball from Tigers righty Jack Flaherty zip low and inside. When you see that little square on TV, it was not a strike. It was way out of there. And called a strike. Nico Horner didn't really go crazy, but he told the ump, "You're really having a bad day," and instantly threw him out. The ump was like, "You're out." And in the audio, it's hard to hear. We don't have that audio to play, actually, but he goes like, all I said was you're having a really bad day.
Yeah.
And
Facts.
so Craig Counsell immediately runs out to defend him, and he gets thrown out. All in a matter of 20 seconds.
I don't think that should have that much power. Like, anytime somebody walks and they don't like it, like, that's ridiculous.
Well, especially since there's all this talk of AI umpires coming in.
Yeah,
If you have if you have an AI, threat on your job, I guess like we do, like everybody does, maybe just play ball a little bit. No pun intended there.
Especially with people who could fund AI umps. So, like, I would just be careful.
Now, Craig Counsell explaining after the game on the ejections is pretty funny. Easier to hear, by the way, than the actual.
The ejection of Nico was completely unwarranted, and there's nothing that was said that warrants an ejection, and you can't eject players and affect outcomes of games for no offense. Yeah, he didn't like what Nico said, but it's it just Nico's walking by. What he said is not, it's not ejectable, and you don't just eject players and change lineups and things like that.
I guess I got to take the other side for a second and go, what is ejectable language? Like go after yourself,
I think something dangerous or threatening. Like nothing was. It was clearly like when somebody like how they'll like run at umps and they get mad. It's like no, that's dangerous behavior. You're not allowed to be here. It's like this isn't like this whole game isn't about your ego as the ump. So if somebody says something and it wasn't a threat. He's not running at you. Okay, he didn't like it. Too bad.
He could have just said, "Hey, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Don't say that to me again."
Yeah, he could have said if he wanted, and again, that's allowed. No, if Nico then kind of like lunged at him a little, okay, you're out. But you don't just get to have like an ego, like everyone better love everything I do or they're out of this game. That's not the point of the game at all.
He got out, Craig got out, and they lost the game. Cubs at the Phillies tonight. Over the weekend, a record crowd at the United Center for the Sky getting blown out by the Indiana Fever. The first WNBA game at the United Center. I tried to get tickets to this. They were going for up to $1,000. I said, no, thank you. But because Caitlin Clark didn't play, tickets were going for $3 in the upper deck on that game.
That's unfortunate.
Shows her impact. And the Chicago Sky got blown out by the Fever. Before Saturday's game, though, with Caitlin Clark on the bench, she was there. They misspelled her name. They spelled it wrong. Caitlin. They spelled it Caitlyn in the injury report shown on the Jumbotron. Her name is Caitlin. I know her whole life in school, correcting people all the time. No, it's Caitlin with an I. And then she finally gets to be one of the best people in her sport, in her career, changes the world the last couple of years with the eyes on her, and they spell her name wrong.
You know what's annoying is that, like, the United Center should be more than prepared to spell a name differently. How many, like, Russian hockey players there are? It's like, are you kidding me? You can't triple check Caitlin? Like, come on.
The guy who does the
You're like,
Jumbotron.
Then they get it right. There's like 8 V's in it, and you can't do Caitlin.
Wait, what's that hockey player's name again?
There's
a little end on there with another V. Yeah, it's a shame. And the game was rough. And also, Courtney Vandersloot tore ACL, and she's out for the season with the Sky. Finally,
Vandersloot's harder to spell than. I'm just saying.
Thunder beat the Pacers last night, 123-107 to tie the series. Wednesday's game in Indy, it's going to get hot. Kate's not very happy, I understand, but he did make $75 by cashing out your bet. So you feel better about that, or you rather have the
No, I want my team to win.
Yeah. Well, you bet on it.
Like lost yet.
I know, but it's not looking good.
Kenzie, he came in this morning about 4 in the morning. I go like, our series is tied now, but it's a long series. He goes, yeah, they'll probably lose. He was just very defeated.
I hate that you have that attitude because that's when now they will.
You're putting it out there in the universe and the ether.
Why would you do that?
Oh, it's my fault the Pacers are going to lose the series?
Yeah, how about manifesting?
Look at you. They haven't even lost. You're like, they're losing. They're going to lose.
It's stressful. I see the road ahead. I don't like it.
How about manifesting something different?
Oh, I don't believe in that mumbo jumbo.
Well, it shows on your life.
Finally, tonight, Stanley Cup Game 3 against Florida Panthers and Oilers series is also tied. Both those games went to OT. And getting back from the Jeremy Piven show on Friday, game went to OT. Another one, I was like, good Lord. Stanley Cup has been epic. Make sure you check out the game tonight.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash Trash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin. Q101.
Hey, here we go. First one of the week. Dave Matthews Band tickets are doing 2 nights at Huntington Bank Pavilion, Northerly Island. This will be for the Friday, June 27th show. There are a couple tickets left from our great friends at Live Nation, but these are free from us. And remember, if Kenzie wins, we don't let her keep them. We'll still give them away afterwards. So everybody still has a chance, but Tracy can grab them from her hands. Tracy, ahoy, tell us something about yourself.
Hi, I'm a labor and delivery nurse, and I'm from Munster, Indiana.
All right. Any deliver any babies yet today?
Actually, they gave me low census, so I'm home, and I'm happy to be playing this game, but I wish I had my girls with me.
Oh, it's a little lifeline. I get you.
All right, here we go, Tracy. First one to 5 wins. Listen carefully. If Kenzie gets done wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same with you. Call heads or tails, Tracy.
Tails.
Ah, it's heads. Oh, boy. Kenzie's up
Because
first.
babies have heads. You should go with it.
All right, here we go.
Tails.
Kenzie, question number 1. Tabby, ragdoll, and short hair are all types of what?
Cats.
Cats is right. Kenzie's on the board. Talk to Tracy. What is the square root of 64?
8.
8 is right. 1-1. Off and rolling. Back to Kenzie. At what fast food chain would you be able to find Cinnabon Delights?
Whoa.
So not Cinnabon,
I was going to say Cinnabon.
but they're not fast food. They're fast casual. I guess 'cause
That is fast food. I was like, this is easy. Well, they have those like dunkers at Taco Bell.
Taco Bell was right. Good job. But that's what they're called. They're called the Cinnabon Delights. Let's go stay with another fast food chain, Tracy, to tie it up with Kenzie. What fast food chain is famous for its animal-style burgers and fries?
Animal style.
Yeah. Give me a fast food chain. Guess any.
Is it Sonic?
It's not Sonic. Kenzie?
In and out.
In and out. And that's a tough one because if they're not here. They're only on the West Coast. And if you don't ever hear that, you only hear it kind of on social media. But if you ever had one, they're not coming here anytime soon either, as far as we know.
Well, what do you know that we don't?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I swear to God.
Okay.
I don't know anything.
Not really defensive.
Are you a board member? We don't know about it?
Why wouldn't they want to have one in Chicago? That's the weird part.
I think it's one of those things like back in the day, Coors Light beer was only available on the West Coast.
But that's not the case anymore.
Correct, but it took many, many decades for that to happen, and I think it keeps this little elusive feeling of, I got go West Coast, come back In-N-Out Burger, and that kind of thing.
Do they think you want to keep it because like then half of America gets so excited when they can get to one?
Yes,
Is that why?
that's what I think. Because I remember I lived in Phoenix when I got exiled from Chicago radio.
Famously.
And they're out there, and I remember looking forward so big to have one. And I had one, and it's okay. I don't think it's the best burger on earth, but it was like this elusive thing that I couldn't get. And then I got it, and I'm like, oh, I got it now. So there you go. That's it.
Okay. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, I'm not craving. I mean, I think if I had to put burger, well, I'm not going to do a burger ranking.
No. It's not like we have anything going on right now.
Let's get back to the game. I got a little
Go
sidetracked.
ahead, Brian. Rank all of your burgers right now.
It's 3-1. It's back to Kenzie.
Okay,
Good Lord.
Okay, Kenzie, name one of the 3 Jonas brothers.
Nick.
Nick is right. And Kenzie's got 4 quickly.
That's
Tracy,
right.
you need one here. Tracy, finish the lyric. Cut my life into pieces. This is my
Last resort.
resort. Did you go to a lifeline
Hey, who is
there?
that?
Yeah. Did you go to a lifeline?
What the hell?
Was that one of the babies?
He's a rocker.
I'd love to hear a baby do Last Resort. That'd be incredible.
Well, we'll wait on that. We'll see if we can get a baby on the line.
So 4-2, but
These
Kenzie,
all your burgers first.
let me get the burger order done, and then we'll get that. So Kenzie, you can win with this one. Am I right?
Yes, 4-2. It's back to Kenzie.
All right, Kenzie. The U.S. military used a chemical herbicide named Agent Orange primarily during what war?
Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty sad.
My dad has a story about this that I've had to hear a bunch. So, what war would he know about? Listen, I'm trying to think.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't know what war your dad was in. I thought maybe.
he has a long story about Agent Orange. Well, I think it's Vietnam.
It is Vietnam. Now I just want to hear your dad's Agent Orange story.
It's not good.
Did he drink it by mistake?
No. Okay, I'm gonna do something bad right here. So basically, his dad, God bless him, I loved him, wasn't necessarily the best person, and he lied a lot to like get stuff. And he had like another family, and he told that family that he has like all this PTSD because he was part of the Vietnam War, and he like invented Agent Orange.
That's a great story.
And when the other woman called my dad, he's like, listen, he just lies a lot to you. Like, he's just a liar. And he's like, no, he has all this PTSD from Agent Orange. He goes, he doesn't know what that is. If you ask him what Agent Orange is, he wouldn't know what it was used for. And it's like this whole thing.
Well, we're going to talk about that.
It's insane.
All right, Tracy, listen, I'm so sorry you didn't win.
Okay. It was fun anyhow.
Yeah, well, here's what you
fun.
do. Here's what you do. You hang up and get ready because in just 2.5 minutes, we're going to play God Bless the Baby right after Lincoln Park, and that is your chance at these Dave Matthews Band tickets because we don't let Kenzie keep them. It's Brian and Kenzie, Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.